This individual personally paid me, what? This individual personally paid me $1,200 in cash in my first 3 weeks of being in the business for hitting goals before anybody else. What did she want? That's the real, what did she want? That's the tea. Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here, especially if you are someone that is watching this video today. Today's video is on Christmas. I am so excited to just be hanging out with you guys this year on this day. I know this day is different for everybody. I know that this year with this pandemic, a lot of people aren't able to go see family, to go on these vacation trips and everything like that during this time. So I hope that today, if you're having a hard day, that I could keep you company here on camera. So I'm wearing my Merry Christmas shirt. You're probably gonna see my sports bra underneath it because it's wider than the t-shirt. I had to get in the spirit for you guys. So today there's probably going to be 2 videos. I did ask in my community tab what you guys wanted to see today because it's Christmas. I was like, okay, Christmas lands on a Friday. Should we still do MLM horror stories or should I just do a Christmas video? And so far there's been over 700 votes and 50% of you guys said MLM horror stories, 21% of you guys said a Christmas theme / opening presents vlog, and 28% of you guys said you will not be watching content today. But when I looked at the comments, a lot of people said that this is gonna be a hard day for them and they would really appreciate it if I could upload, if I could make that time. So you guys already freaking know I am. I actually went to a local coffee shop today, which I was so happy to do so. Literally, this drink is a 10 out of 10. I love it. It is delicious. I would link the shop for you guys, but it's really close to like my quarters of living, so I'm not going to do that. I apologize. So we're just gonna get straight into it. Again, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have the best day. For those of you guys who don't celebrate, I hope you're having the best Friday that you could possibly have. So today we've got a couple MLM horror stories that are gonna be quite interesting. So the first one that we are going to read is a long one. She actually sent me 3 emails. And the caption goes, I became a top earner at 19. My story, I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be really good. She said, hi Deanna, I found you on YouTube and I love your content. I really appreciate your approach to anti-MLM. I appreciate that you don't hate on people but educate and are very understanding on the consultants. I am currently still in an MLM. I was actually, or I guess I am, the youngest person in the company to reach the quote-unquote top. I currently don't recruit anyone to the business. I only have a customer base that is happy with their products. I wanted to reach out because I agree so much with your content. I felt so much relief hearing that you understood that toxic work ethic and extreme pressure to perform. I realized how hurt I was and how much stress I used to put on myself. I am someone that truly loves to help people. I remember months where I spent all of my earnings on paying out my consultants extra bonuses just so that they could make enough money worth their time. The company I'm still in started from a very good place. The owners were top earners in an MLM company and left because they saw the curtain of what MLM really is. They left to start a company where most of the earnings could come from customers. They were proud to only have one product and to create an environment of honesty and culture of helping people. They hated the way MLMs glorified top earners and made it impossible for regular people to ever make money. Their comp plan was set up in a way that was very much like affiliate marketing. You never lose your rank. The product was only $55 a month, and with 3 customers, it's free. Both consultants and customers. Sounds amazing, right? Well, unfortunately, the MLM structure itself is flawed. You can have a good intention, but the actual system itself is broken. Anyways, because compensation plan was so generous on year, a huge group of people migrated to our company. I'm talking thousands in less than 3 months. They found a way to rip off the company of millions of dollars by milking every bonus of the plan. These kind of people that go from company to company every so often and essentially rip off the company by finding loopholes and then leaving. This caused the company to almost go bankrupt. It forced the CEOs to find options. That's when they were consulted by an ex-CEO of a company that is now shut down by the FTC. He advised them to change the comp plan completely. They added a new line of products upon products and lowered our BV per product, which, essentially cuts our residual check. It was devastating. Since then, he was let go, but the damage was done. What used to be a company of what I truly believe was good intentions is now down to a third of the customer base. The customer base, on the other hand, is still strong because the product is now affordable and honestly pretty good. I wanted to share this because I think it sheds light on how even CEOs with good intentions can't help a broken industry. It pains me because I really do feel I developed a sense of community. I reached the top level of the company at age 19 and helped so many families earn pretty good checks each month as well, and hundreds of them got free family vacations with actually all of their expenses paid. It was a fun time, but sadly it's impossible for me to help people like that anymore because the comp plan is nowhere near as generous. I'm happy with the product and I don't recruit anymore simply because I can't sell a dream that is impossible. Thank you for all you share. Then she sent me another email and she said, one amazing thing that came from it is I met my now fiance. We are both very much in love and now on our own businesses with my family of discount stores in Dallas, Texas. We are happy because we can keep our community or keep helping our community. It's way less stressful and fun. I can still interact with people, but I don't have a heavy burden on my heart to essentially be responsible for their financial success. I think many people don't know the kind of weight top earners carry, the ones that care at least. But it's so refreshing to meet people and not have the pressure to recruit them. Again, thank you for reading my story. So this is a unique story, very, very unique story. So from what I grasped from it is she didn't tell me the MLM, which is totally fine. You'd never have to. And she said that their comp plan was really generous. And I actually see this sometimes. Every now and again, I see an MLM that has a pretty decent comp plan that does not revolve around recruiting, but it becomes that way. It becomes about recruiting. It becomes this industry that is about recruiting, and it's an unfortunate thing. So it's sad to see that, you know, the CEOs that started that MLM really wanted to make it different. They wanted to be that one different MLM, but it turns out that you can't really do that. People are going to come take advantage. And that's why a lot of the times I do say sometimes the CEOs are bad, but sometimes there's just bad people in every business structure. So if people came in and really took advantage, but I mean, in my opinion, if you have a comp plan that you can get a lot of bonuses, why wouldn't you take advantage? Like, come on, if I worked for Walmart and Walmart was having this amazing comp plan and I knew that if I did A, B, C, I would equal, you know, this huge bonus that week or that month, I'm gonna do A, B, and C to get me that bonus because we're all humans. We all wanna reach those bonuses and that money that, you know, comes with bonuses and stuff. So I don't know if I 100% agree that like it was people taking advantage. If that comp plan was structured that way, it was structured that way, but it did make them have to restructure things because they were probably losing out on money. And that's the thing is these MLMs hike up prices on products. They make their comp plans really shitty because they have to make a profit too. They end up making events like Beachbody has Summit. And I've done videos about Beachbody Summit where we calculated that Beachbody earns over $6 million from their distributors going to Summit. So these MLMs start doing shady things because they have to compensate for themselves making profit because a lot of the times, you know, they're having to still pay out distributors and stuff, which ends up being less than people would actually make if they started their own business. But I think that that's really like a really cool story. It's something that's different. And again, it sucks because I feel that she was maybe in a company that had good intentions to begin with, but the industry's flawed. And I just loved the way she put that. She said, you can't, you know, help a flawed industry. But now, you know, she has a fiance, they have their own businesses running, they don't have to recruit people. And I do also appreciate that she thanked me for the way I go about my content and stuff like that, because I always try and give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Even if the person seems like a shitty person up front, I give everyone the benefit of the doubt because everyone has their own struggles and I never want to judge each individual person. So I appreciated that she said that because I know she mentioned that as a top earner, they also have burdens too. And it's not always sunshine and rainbows, which I agree with. They do have burdens. They're just making a lot of money off of a lot of people's burdens, and then they also have their own set of burdens. So I would love to know what you guys think. This was a long time of me talking. We're gonna jump into the next one, but I would love to know what you guys think about this specific story because we have never had a story like this where this kind of happened in the MLM, and I'd be interested if any of you guys figure out what MLM this is and email me, or maybe I should email her and ask for my personal self of curiosity. So this one is an Arbonne MLM horror story. It says, hey Deanna, please don't use my name. You've got it. It goes, I've been debating sending you an email for a while. I seriously binge watch your channel and I've been obsessed with anti-MLM since I found it in April 2020. Something about this content was so addicting, and I think it is because of how true it is once you realize what MLMs are. Ooh, I'm gonna like her. She says, I graduated with a psychology degree in April 2020. In December 2018, I met a woman in her 30s in my psych class, and I was about 10 years younger than her. She was quiet and pleasant and mentioned the business she was doing and brought me samples. I never knew what MLMs were, but she was never pushy. Honestly, I thought she was looking to be friends. She asked me to meet her for coffee to ask about the business when I inquired about it. And she brought this random 40-year-old woman with her. I thought, rude. You brought a friend to our coffee date? What the heck? Anyways, I sat down with both of them before school and it was full-on meeting. They heavily focused on the money amounts, patients, and Mercedes-Benz. Even drew a full-on diagram for me. Again, never knew what MLMs were, so it sounded like a dream, and I was under a lot of academic stress, so it seemed like a way out. I joined the next day and she was so pushy about signing me up. I didn't think much about it. My boyfriend, mom, and sister advised me against it, but I thought they were just ignorant. I started, and within a week, I ranked up to district manager, the first of 4 ranks, and received a lot of attention from everyone in the MLM. It took many others on average of 3 months to a couple of years to hit this rank. Some people before me had been trying to rank to district manager DM for months. That's my initials, DM, okay. So I was surprised how easy it was. My upline was aiming to hit national vice president, the 4th and final rank, so they gave incentives. This individual personally paid me, what? This individual personally paid me $1,200 in cash in my first 3 weeks of being in the business for hitting goals before anybody else. What did she want? That's the real, what did she want? That's the tea. She paid up a lot of attention to me because I am hardworking and a go-getter, and I think she thought I could help her in a lot of ways. Anyways, getting this much money cash made a lot of my friends and family feel like maybe it wasn't such a scam. And after all, I was clearly seeing success. The upline and VP would ask me to speak at trainings and essentially teach people how to hunt people down on Instagram using a variety of tricks. I have always been a smooth talker, so I could have one conversation with someone and they would join my team. Not something I'm proud of, but at the time I got a lot of attention from it. Again, people were surprised at this success. It felt like there was a quote-unquote popular group in this MLM that was difficult to get into. Even though MLMs teach this quote-unquote happy community, it often feels more lonely because that popular group is always the center of everything. Plus, the people who have been there forever hate you for passing the ranks so quickly, so it's actually not a great environment. It feels like it's a total competition the whole time. So, okay, I'm not gonna remember everything, so I gotta pause here. $1,200, she wanted something from you, and that's what it makes me think of. Like when I was in the MLM, when I rank advanced, or when maybe not rank advanced, I don't remember getting anything for rank advancing, but when I helped the most people that month is what they call it in Beachbody, but I had signed up the most clients that month, and the ring light that I'm using right now, my upline bought me. So it's kind of like they bribe you because they're gonna want something in the long run, and they use it as a way to keep you going and motivated because, oh cool, I got a $100 ring light for free for helping people. And this chick got $1,200, and then on top of that, I agree that there is always like a popular group, and I've never really thought of it that way, that, you know, if your upline keeps shouting certain people out, you try and get into like that popular group. I've never thought of it that way, but it is true, and like she said, it turns into a competition, and that's what I don't get, because a lot of the times when people join the MLM, you know, it's exciting. I, you know, was in an MLM, and I used to sign people up because I was uninformed to misinformed, and I thought we could all be successful. So when I would sign people up, I was like, yes, we're doing this, we're gonna be successful together, but in all actuality, I was just saturating the market. Like, I was just signing people up to do the same thing as me, and in the end, that leads less people to sign up with me. So you would think, right, like this coffee shop, you would think this coffee shop would want to be put in a location that is going to be best for them. This coffee shop, let me tell you, isn't in a location where there's a Starbucks down the street. This coffee shop's in a very, very smart place, you know, in the area that we live in, so that they can get a lot of customers. People don't have to drive to the Starbucks, because this is actually near where I go to my gym, which isn't near any Starbucks or Dunkin' or any coffee places. So that's the smartest thing to do for a smaller coffee shop. You don't put a small coffee shop next to a Starbucks. No, you want to put yourself maybe in a small little town or small little county, or little areas where people aren't going to want to drive all the way to like a Starbucks Starbucks or something, or want to really support a local cafe shop. So I feel like it's the same thing with MLMs. They sign people up because a lot of people in MLMs think, oh, we can all be successful together, but then it just turns into a competition because you're saturating your own market without really truly getting market saturation. That's another problem for another day that we could talk about, because that has to do with business. Business people know about market saturation. Do you guys know what I'm trying to say? So I agree with her that it is a competition. So it really sucks that she felt that way. Let's keep reading. Deanna's talking way too much in this video. It's the coffee. I was in the MLM for 8 months and it was a lot. I was so stressful. It felt like being on a constant hamster wheel. I did build a team of super young girls, and every time one dropped off, you'd have to get another one, and the entire day is filled with endless coffee dates. Selling the dream was the #1 most effective way to recruit people. Within 4 months, I hit qualification for the second of 4 ranks, which is called the area manager, but the closer you got to your goals, the more desperate you become. It felt like I also needed to bribe people with money and gifts to force them to work. Basically, in an MLM, all you do is try to make other people work because you know you can't. The ugly truth is people in MLMs know that they run out of people to sell to and recruit. So that's why they rely heavily on their downline, because they think they can do it for you. And most of the time they end up buying products themselves. This is what I've learned from being immersed in this environment. I like this girl. We need to be friends. They essentially tell you that you will never succeed if you don't pay to attend conferences. 1. 2, they tell you it is so easy and give you all the tricks to do it, but it never actually works. 3, the upline is full of shit and they know it doesn't work because that's why they need you. 4, it will never be maintainable. People always quit and it is a forever hamster wheel. And 5, you see everyone as a $sign. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She's like everything I've been thinking today and like content I've been producing, and I just edited a video that literally I had stated that I felt like a $sign. We're twinning. She said it felt like it took up literally all of my time. When I quit, I felt this huge relief. OMG, like wow. Making friends was so pure. You didn't have underlying intention. In the MLM, it feels like everyone you meet is now a $sign and it sucks. Today, I'm in my Master's of Arts in Psychology with a paying job becoming a licensed psychologist. I have happy relationships and don't have to worry about selling shit and could not feel better. I do watch at least one anti-MLM video a day before going to bed and I love it. Love your channel, Deanna. You do amazing work. I have nothing more to say. I talked too much. Wonderful. I agree with everything she said. That was a beautifully written email. I love that she talked about what she learned, being immersed in the environment, and I agree with it. The whole hamster wheel thing, I'm now gonna start using that. It's all so true. Are they mowing the lawn next door? If you guys can hear that, I apologize. They're making sure their lawn looks perfect on Christmas Day. Oh my gosh, this is a really long one. This may be the last one, but it is so long. I'm so excited for this one. So, they're really gonna be this loud mowing the lawn. She goes, "Hi Deanna, I love your videos. I know it will be a few weeks before you do another horror story video, but I love listening to them and wanted to send you mine. Please don't use my name. I originally wrote this as a blog post, but I'm never gonna actually post it myself. I'm not in the phase of quarantine where I can mentally go up against the Huns in my life. I don't hate the playa, I hate the game, but I'm also not trying to alienate a few specific people in my life. Cut out anything for clarity/time needs. Also, I hope your move to Texas went smoothly. I'm a military brat and remember all the cross-country moves. I was embarrassingly old when I realized that not everyone moved every 2 to 3 years. I think I remember you mentioning this was your last stop. Enjoy settling in. Texas is a great corner of the world." And here is, I feel like this is gonna be written really well because she said it's like her blog post. Also, again, they're mowing literally right next door, so I apologize if you can hear that. I need to figure out a way to like block out sounds from outside in this room, but I don't know how to do that yet. She goes, "My anti-MLM story. I never joined an MLM. So when I think about why I'm anti-MLM despite not ever being on the business side, I think about all the money I have wasted feeling obligated to buy to support my friends. MLMs have been in my world since I was a kid. I'm only now realizing the predatory nature even through the signs that had been there all along. I remember my mom bought beauty control lipstick from her sister-in-law, Avon from a girl at work, someone at church sold body sprays, or maybe it was Scentsy. One time my mom sent a friend and me to Mary Kay lady's house for a makeup lesson. I realize now that she was being pressured by her friends and family that sent me in her place. My friend and I got a free quote-unquote facial, and mom gave us some pocket money to get a lipstick or two. Good deal, right? We had a lovely time that day. Not knowing what this business was, we gave the Mary Kay lady a friend's info who was looking for a job. The lady ended up harassing her for months. Sorry, Amy, we thought it was a real job. My first experience with an MLM as an adult happened around fall 2009. Mom and I were invited to an Arbonne party by a lady from church. The party was for her daughter-in-law from the big city. I'll call her Veronica. My dad gave me money to buy stuff because he thought he was helping Veronica. Mom begged out and I ended up going to the party solo. This was my first product party. I had no clue what was going to happen. I was living at home, working full-time, and doing an evening/weekend master's program. I didn't have a lot of free time or friends left in my small town anyway. I was actually excited to go to this quote-unquote party. There were snacks, wine, and we heard the Arbonne pitch. I think Veronica may have been new because she came to town with a woman I now realize was someone in her upline. At one point, we went outside in the cold to look at my upline's Mercedes. I feel like a hillbilly when I think about us all going out and acting impressed as if we'd ever seen a luxury vehicle before. One by one, we went into the guest bath for some kind of hand treatment Veronica performed on us. She did my left hand and then stopped. She didn't say anything like dry your hands or what to think. So I placed my right hand in the sink and she did the treatment on my other hand. Then she says, just so you know, we only do one hand during parties. I was so embarrassed. I had no clue what to say. I wasn't trying to take advantage of her or waste her products. I stood there for a second mortified. I mumbled, sorry, before walking away. I still ended up spending $250 on her stupid shit. Her business must not have taken off because my friend from church told me something strange when Christmas came around. Christmas story? Veronica didn't want any gifts for herself. She wanted everyone to place an Arbonne order with the money they would have spent on her so she could rank up. I continued to purchase from her if I was interested in something she was promoting on Facebook, and that was maybe once or twice a week. Fast forward a year, and I'm trying to find a new job up in the city. Veronica works for one of the largest corporation offices in town, or corporate offices in town. I reached out to her that I'm looking for a job and I asked for advice. She never responded to me, but told my friend from church that to get hired here, you really have to know someone. I guess I didn't spend enough money with her network marketing business to go both ways. I never purchased from her again after that. I eventually moved to the big city and ran around with a huge group of girlfriends. Veronica was dying to get her hands on them. She frequently messaged me about hosting parties for her, joining her team, taking trips, etc. When I mentioned I was writing this post to a friend, she told me that Veronica cold messaged her using my name more than once. There's no telling who else Veronica contacted from my tagged Facebook photos. The messages were so sad, like, my husband is always on the road and I want to retire him, and I really want to be able to stay at home with this little boy, but I have to promote to the next level of Arbonne before I can. I looked back and she's been sending me messages as recently as last March. I'm always nice when I see her at church. We're still in friends on Facebook. I love her family and don't want any drama. I can never like any of her pictures because she'll message me about Arbonne. I always politely decline with a no thanks when she asks in person. That's my general rule when any friend or acquaintance asks me to purchase from an MLM. A simple no thanks is my go-to, and I don't follow up with any excuses or reasons because I don't owe an explanation. Neither does anyone else. I work hard for my money. I shouldn't feel pressured into buying something from someone because of the path they chose in life. My life shouldn't be affected because you joined an MLM, but it is. Okay, she's right. No one, and this is what I tell people all the time, they're like, how do I tell my friend or my family member that I don't want to buy their product? You just tell them. Like, it's your money and you don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe them your business. You don't. Whether someone's in an MLM or your friend owns a small business and she keeps begging you to buy her product, like, you don't owe someone anything. So you don't need to spend your hard-earned money on someone else. She said, just a few days ago, I was invited to a Zoom Zaya party and declined. For those of you guys who don't know, Zaya is like a leggings, like a workout clothes. She goes, that person and another friend shamed me. I shut it down with Zaya is the same price as Lululemon, and I'd rather have Lulu's. Bitches can call me basic all day long, but that's my preference. If I'm going to spend that kind of money on workout clothes, it will have that ambiguous reflection logo or reflective logo that everyone recognizes. Lululemon is a known quantity. If I have a problem, I can take it to the store for a return, exchange, or replacement. Not only that, but I can get my business taken care of without without the guilt that the fix is coming out of the person's pocket. Lululemon takes care of financial liability if my leggings are defective. My actions don't affect the salesperson. I once tried Plexus from a sorority sister and wanted to return it. I ended up not doing it because she told me that she would lose money. I'm tired of spending my money on junk. I don't want to because of peer pressure. I'm anti-MLM because I see multi-level marketing as a cultural phenomenon. How else can you explain the power these companies have over us, even if we don't join them? I believe there's a difference from being a small business owner and making money from your friends and family out of pressure, guilt, or obligation. MLM companies teach their reps to preach that corporations are greedy and annoyant themselves as small business owners. They tout their moral superiority over large companies that they claim mistreat their employees. I ask, what is worse? Corporate America that bombards us with advertising to win our dollars, or MLM companies that teach their reps to weaponize emotions to win our dollars? At least with corporate America, we know what we're getting. MLM companies encourage their reps to air their personal laundry for sales. I've bought wine to help pay for fertility treatments, overpriced vitamins to pay for children's Christmas presents, and multiple ugly ASS LuLaRoe prints to support a single mom with no income besides the MLM. And none of these people were in work social circles that I saw regularly. Why couldn't I just say no? Again, my life shouldn't be affected because you joined an MLM. It has been, but not anymore. I am done. Don't ask me to buy your shampoo, vitamins, fizz sticks, makeup, clothes, oil, cleaning products, probiotics, jewelry, etc. I don't want them, and if I do, Amazon has it cheaper and delivers it to my door. This was a good one. I agree with her. And this is what I talk about too all of the time, is that people feel obligated and they feel bad. They feel bad for someone when they keep hounding them, or the fact that she actually said it perfectly. She says MLM companies teach their rep to weaponize emotions to win our dollars. So she even bought wine to help someone with fertility treatments. Like, these people are going out there and saying all of these things, which makes people like friends and family feel bad to the point where they end up buying your product, and then it affects them and their bank account, because there are a lot of people who are just super compassionate, empathetic human beings that they just feel for someone, so they'll buy their product or send them money or things like that because they either feel bad or they just want them to stop annoying them. I actually was recently on a podcast, the video is coming out tomorrow about it, where I give you guys like a backstage view of an upcoming podcast about MLMs, and we talk about it because the girl that I talked to on the podcast that owns the podcast, same thing happened to her. Like, she ended up buying things because she was annoyed that she was getting pestered. And it happens all of the times. It's really sad that it has affected this person the way it has. Like, how many MLMs did she name? Arbonne, Plexus, Zaya, like Avon, or not Avon, Mary Kay. Like, she mentioned a crap load of MLMs that she has purchased from because she ends up feeling bad for people. And this is a constant story that I hear. Hers is definitely unique though. I haven't heard one like that in a long time. But let me know what you guys think about these stories. Again, Merry Christmas. I hope that you guys have the best day. Again, another video should be coming out today. I don't want to say that it is and then it ends up not happening, but another video should be coming out today. It's going to be a vlog of Christmas, of opening presents, and just a very cheery, happy video. So if you guys are interested in that, you can go check it out. Also, remember that this is the last week in 2020 that I am uploading to YouTube. I'm giving myself a week off to prepare the best of the best content for you guys, to prep brand deals. I actually just signed a contract with a brand for a sponsorship in January, which will be my first YouTube sponsorship. So crazy. So I have a lot of things that I want to prep for you guys, which includes me needing at least a week off to like refresh, rebrand, get everything ready. But check the community tab because I plan to do at least one live stream next week, either on Monday or Wednesday, or maybe both days if I feel up to it, which I probably will, because I'm gonna miss you guys. I have never not uploaded in a whole week. Like, this isn't like me. If you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, you can scroll through all of my uploads. I have not taken a break, or like this long of a break, from YouTube. I just have a passion for making content and a passion to, you know, talk to this community every single day. So it's been amazing doing Vlogmas with you guys. So there will also be a video tomorrow. That video will be a backstage view to an upcoming podcast. The woman actually let me film the podcast. So I'm going to show you guys like really cool points of the podcast, and it's clearly all about MLMs. So you'll be able to hear some backstage podcast stuff that you'll be seeing in the podcast that launches January January 27th. So it's a Wednesday in January. So I'm really excited for that video. That will be the last filmed video that will go live in 2020, which is tomorrow, and then some live streams next week. So that is the longest outro I've ever done. Again, hope you guys have the best day, and I will see you in the next one.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.